Confident, vibrant, and quirky with an edge, this is 10 Minutes with Tiffany J, featuring the inside scoop on her mind, embodying interests, thoughts, and opinions. Also, the day in the life of an upcoming artist as she juggles the world around her, a 9 to 5, along with a handful of gifts and talents that will blow your mind. All things Tiffany J on her website at www.misstiffanyj.com. Now, let's get into the show. Say that you want me. Say that you need me now. Say that you want me. Say that you need me now. Coming up this high, thinking about you. Can't wait till next time. Knocks on my door. You the John Doe I've been waiting for. What we gon' do? What you got planned? What's in your mind? Down to explore. This John Doe I've been waiting for. Say that you want me. Say that you need me now. Say that you want me. Say that you need me now. It's funny, it's running into you. Remember last time. It's funny, it's running into you. Remember last time. Now I'm here. What you got planned? What's in your mind? Down for whatever. This is a Miss Tiffany J bonus episode.
You baby,
Yo, yes,
what's
I'm
up?
here. I am here. I'm here. I was confused for a moment. I was like, "What's going on?" I don't know what this. So, okay, we on. Mm,
We are live.
oh, we live.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
cool,
I don't know
great.
where you want to start. Do you want to start um, with the mix? Do you want to start with what's going on in life? Because you said I don't know if I want to do the job thing just
Got
because there's nothing I have no nothing new to report. You get what I'm saying?
okay, okay.
So there's nothing. I'm just kind of still waiting. And I
Gotcha.
forgot what else you mentioned.
I did listen to the podcast.
You did.
Yes, I did. I did.
And it's because I had to. Okay, so before you get into it, I was like, all right, because I had three little segments, and I said, but before I just start talking, I need to kind of create a context at least, right?
Mhm.
For like an introduction. And I hope that I know it may still have the same flow, kind of, as this podcast. There's just no time limit, and it's just talking. And and I know you said that it just needs to be authentic, right? Which
Yeah.
it is, and it will be. But I do kind of still want to make sure each episode has like a focus. And I'm hoping too. There were three like uh, I don't know if you want to call them intros or outros. So the first one was the first. Well, all of them are from my events that I did
Yeah. At first, I was confused. I was like, "What am I listening to?"
because it sounded like a live something.
Yeah. Yeah.
But did it kind of? I think I'll be quiet now and I'll let you tell me what you thought.
I like the intros. I even like the outro.
Yeah.
The yeah, but it was I felt it was authentic. It did have some like it felt like it was some scripted, but it was authentic, right? Um, you know how you saying you're not enough, but you
Yeah.
are, so and like how you were talking about, being are you enough as far as like the work, being going to work, getting there 2 minutes earlier,
Mm,
so it goes with what we are talking about, as far as authentic self.
authenticity.
Yeah, thank you. It's still early. Yeah. So so it was good for that, and Now I'm anxious to hear the next.
What's next? Yeah, I didn't read anything, so it was me typically doing my car rides and just kind of talking. But what happens is I've gotten so good at being able to articulate myself well in my thoughts. So each
Mhm.
time it will get better and better, and I think it will come off as if it's, I don't want to say scripted, but it'll come off very well put together. I'm hoping, because that's what I that's where I'm trying to go. You
Gotcha.
know what I mean?
Gotcha.
I may not always have someone that I can like sit and talk with like I'm doing with you now,
Yeah.
but I at least want it to be something that people can plug into and say, wow, like I feel the same way. Because I went online, right? And I tried to search for like anything similar to mine. And there is one lady who has a website, Instagram, I think Facebook, um, and it's called Black Mom Diary, is what I saw. It was in Philadelphia. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, cool. And they posted something about four months ago or so in the new year, and then everything else just says 2020. Right. So you know how people do things, and I get it 2020, because then everybody was just trying to figure out like the new thing to do.
Yeah,
And
the
so
new norm.
I
Yep.
don't right. So I don't know if that's something that they're continuing. They did it and they want to pick it up, later, or what. Like everything that I start, like once I get my bearings, I want to be like, all right, this is something that I want to continue. I may take a month or like a 6 month sabbatical, but I want to keep it going. So then, as I continue my music journey, my art journey, or whatever, by the time I'm, I don't know, like 50 or something, people can be like, wow, she's been doing this for a minute. And then there's so much content to just sit and binge on. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Okay.
So I don't want to, just because nobody's hip to it now, doesn't mean like, oh, just stop. I want to keep it going.
Now let me ask you this: did I hear a guest appearance?
For a Diary of a Black Mommy,
Yeah, did I hear a guest appearance in the background?
that's something that I would like to do, because I do know several that are in that same space, right? And it doesn't have to be Black women or women of color, right? It could be anybody, because I know a variety
Yeah.
of people in different ethnicities. It's just like this diary, you know what I'm saying? That I'm making from,
Yeah.
hey, like I have my friends that are in the same space, and this is their perspective too, because I think it's good that you have a variety of like paradigms that other people can cling to or lean on to and say, oh wow, I like what she does, but I don't particularly like that part. Oh, I like what she does there. And then they can create their own for themselves. So I do want to. I gotta keep it going. And hopefully maybe someone will say, hey, I just want to talk to you. And I say, hey, do you mind having that conversation on my podcast? And then we'll do it like
Gotcha.
that, just like right now. And then it'll be even more of an authentic conversation.
Got.
It's not like, oh, now we're getting on here to talk about. No, it's just, hey girl, like, so what's up? You dealing with
Okay.
that? Oh, so how did you, that kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, like I said, I'm excited to hear what's next. How you come at it. I feel like the intros, the outros, you need to keep that. It might not be the same each time,
Because
but
I have another one that I want to put in there too that I just
yeah.
couldn't get to it. Yeah.
So yeah, that would keep the listener engaged too. Like, oh, okay. So
Right,
yeah.
because it's not the same thing. I like that. To switch it up. Maybe have about two or three, max five different ones, so that you can
Okay.
keep it, guessing and going.
Okay. Okay.
And I like how sometimes what I've done, and I'm getting into this habit with my blogs as well, and on this particular podcast, sometimes I have a lot to say and I'll just like put it, and then I'll save it, and then I'll spread them out so I can kind of see, because I want to get into the habit of, if you're on a movie or a TV show, right?
Mm-hmm.
They probably take about 2 to 3 months, especially if it's a movie, 3 months or however long, to get to do the movie. And you're secluded, you're away, and you're working on that movie. And then you go back and you live your life, and you might be working on another movie or whatever the case is. But once you're all shooting, they begin to do, the editing and then start the marketing and promotion, right?
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah.
want kind of every piece of content that I do, especially like, what it's like with music and as far as a rollout for a single or an album or EP, like I want to have that same process for every bit of content that I put out. So like for
Okay.
blogs, if it's going to be monthly that I have 4 blogs, one every week, I can say, hey, this month's theme is blah, like that. So that
Okay.
there's more of a, I don't know, I'm trying. It, I'm trying to create some fluidity. Yeah. Is that, no, is that the right word? I'm trying to,
Uh,
not
let's see.
fluidity. That's not the word. I'm trying to like bring it to get to bring it together.
Gotcha. Okay. 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 Um, it's too early. I can't think of big words right now.
Okay, but if
Uh,
it's because that's where I'm at. if
yeah,
it's
I feel
if
you.
it's
I feel you.
season one of the podcast, like this is the theme. If it's
This
season
is,
two, this is the theme.
so,
Or
like,
or
is
huh?
are you saying like this is like the plot season?
So, because sometimes when I listen to some people's work, they are on a they're on a like this one girl. Her name is Zuri Hall. If you've heard of her, she's a Emmy awarding like host, and she has
Hmm.
very different shows and things. She's really really cool, and her podcast is called Hot Happy Mess. And what I like about hers is sometimes you'll say for this series, like we're going to be talking about health, or this series we're going to be talking about, organization and what it means to like get a new home, like that kind of thing. I like when people do that so that you know what you're getting into. And if this is your topic or your subject, you're like, oh, I really want to plug into that because I've been wanting to hear her perspective on it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I
Gotcha. Okay.
like for whether it's 10 Minutes of Tiffany J or Diary of a Black Mommy, I don't know if it's like, hey, this is what it means. This series is called Motherhood in and working a full-time job kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Or this is motherhood and single momness. This is motherhood and reconnecting with the father of your child. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then maybe like part one, part two, part three. And then I
Okay.
go on to the next thing, and then part 5 or whatever.
Man, like I'm sitting here, I'm listening to you talk about it, and I'm like, ooh, that's like when you do the episode where you're balancing work, music, and motherhood at the same time,
Hmm.
and then like, uh, I don't know why I follow Victoria Monet being on the show. I don't know why. Be like, she could be your guest.
That would, right? Wouldn't that be amazing? I could
Yeah,
get to her, but she's a perfect example.
exactly, exactly,
Her,
exactly.
Kiki Palmer, that's another example.
Oh yeah, I forgot she just had one.
Yep, and they're in different because, like, I know neither of them are married, but I know that her and that Gaines guy, like for Victoria Monet, they're in a relationship. Kiki Palmer was, but then she's on like she would be on a single mom kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Track.
yeah,
And so that is there. You get two different perspectives. That would be great. Then there are
yeah.
other people that I follow. I think JoJo just had her baby. This other girl, I forgot her name. It's N. Her name starts with an N. She used to be a trainer, um, or not used to be. She was a trainer and fitness kind of model on IG, and she was missing for like a year on, but because she had a kid, and
Uh,
then Kaylee Cuoco, that's Penny on The Big Bang Theory, and she's branching out and doing so many awesome things since the show. She's had her kids, so like all these other people that are in the celebrity space. Then you got Vanessa Hutchins. I guess Justin Bieber and his wife, they're about to have one. Like everybody, like this is the and Sierra, you know what I'm saying? This is like the
yeah.
year, and Rihanna, this is the
Ashanti,
yeah,
Ashanti,
right. Yeah.
like
So
she's still like she was just here in San Antonio like 2 weeks ago, pregnant and all, performing. I said, "Oh, you go
I
ahead."
saw that. This is this is the season to like promote motherhood and it being okay. I think like when Beyonce did it, right? Because she had, one, and then she
Yeah.
had, it was like the eye opener, like, okay, you actually can. And
Yeah.
then with everyone coming up to like what they're all having at the same time, and we're all around the same age. There's a lot of us that are having our firsts, and then I know like with Sierra, I think having her the most, with her fourth. So it's just
Yeah.
very inspiring to see and watch. Kyla Pratt, she has two. Melanie Fiona, I don't know how many she has, but I was
Wait,
watching.
Penny Proud, she got two?
Yeah, Kyla Pratt, yeah, and Tatiana Ali, she has kid as well, or she's a mom as well. So there are several different people that are in the space, and I'm like, wow. So they're doing it. So it's
Wow.
not foreign. It's not like you can't, and it's not like it's foreign in in this era, like in this modern digital era.
Mm-hmm. Cause like, I'm a big fan of wrestling, and I see these female wrestlers having kids
What?
and getting right back into the ring, like after they're clear to go, like but having their baby, travel with them and everything else. So I see that. So it's it's open, like you said. Beyonce kind of basically opened the door for everybody that's in the entertainment industry to
Mm-hmm.
be cool with it. Yeah. So yep,
So
yep.
it's possible. It's a thing. Um, so thank you for your feedback. Thank you for listening. I don't know. I gotta work on getting it on the other platforms outside of Spotify, and also putting it on my website. And I just gotta keep it going, keep it going.
Gotcha. Okay.
Something else I want to tell you. So how about one of my friends from church? She's putting out a single, and she wanted to. Long story short, I kind of, with all of my knowledge that I've learned over the years in reference to music, she was like, "Oh wow, like you're gonna be my marketing manager," and I was like, "What?" So that was like, that's interesting. um it's very interesting because I told her, the kind of literally what I was telling you for the podcast, like, this is how you need to roll out something for music. We need to have
Yeah.
this going and this going. And I said there could be something to that. I don't know if I'm in the right space right now, and headspace, because I want to work on my own consistency. I feel like before you can branch out and help other people make their dreams, maybe I want to make my dream happen too, or at
I
least,
feel you.
yeah, or
I
at
feel you.
least be. And I know I can make my dream happen by making other dreams happen too, or first. But I've done that before, and I've been in this space, and I'm like, hey, I really just want to solidify my thing, whatever that is.
And it's weird that you say that because I remember it was probably about 2014, 2015. It had to be 20, no, it had to be 2015, 2016, because
Mm-hmm.
my album came out in 2014. So I
Right.
remember after my album dropped, a lot of people were asking me to help them write stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm. See?
like, I don't, like, I was conflicted because, like, I felt honored that you want me to write stuff for you. But
Right.
at the same time, like, I don't want to write something that I'm like, oh, I should have kept that for
For
myself.
yourself.
Like, like, so it was conflicting, and I think that's when I really just kind of stepped away from the artistry side at that moment because I was just like, yeah, like, I don't want to be that person to lose my dreams behind somebody else's dreams that I helped.
Right.
But
Right.
but it sounds selfish, but it's not really selfish in a way. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I get it. I get
Yeah.
it. Because,
So
but then the thing is, because I do have an interest in it, but I think I need to, and of course, I'm gonna be helping, the person that I'm talking about, of course, yeah. But I was like, ooh, like, is this a thing? Like, should I? And I think what I had to tell myself was kind of like when people do a lot of commissions, or if they get a lot of requests for whatever. I think
yeah,
you just need to focus on one thing at a time. So let's say I focus on her and her project and me and what I have going on. And then yes, she can recommend me, and I can create like a pricing structure for myself, and I can say, okay, I can take on one more client or two more in a 6-month period. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then in this 6 months, we're gonna link up and we're gonna work on this project. Maybe I can only balance two, and then we come up with a payment schedule, and
Yeah.
that could be a thing. It could very well be a thing, and so yeah.
So is she like, is she doing gospel music? What type of
Oh,
music?
is it she? She is. Yes, she is.
Okay. So you know where you need to get it, right? Okay, cool. I'm just gonna
On the yes. Yeah, and that's another thing, because and this is pretty much what you guys do all the time. You link up with, new people, and you're like, "Hey, well, we have a station that we can plug you on, so
exactly,
let's do that."
exactly,
And that'll get you
exactly.
out there to more people, because you're in the Texas area. So wouldn't that be cool? Not only hear people in Charlotte, but you now have, you know, pull over
Yeah.
there as well. And then you
Yep.
can do an interview. Like, it's just so
Yep.
many things.
Yep.
So many things. So we need to of course we always gonna stay connected. And I keep talking about we need to stay connected like we ain't been connected. But I need to really try to plan. I need to try to plan out, like, what is it that I want to do in relation to what I just told you. How does this work for me? How does it help me create?
What's the benefit? What's the benefit for you?
Yes. And how does it help me create like another stream of income if that's a possibility?
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Because
And
I see that, and I can get very excited about a thing and be like, "Oh, we could do this and this," but if I don't have no plan, it ain't going nowhere.
I think that's one thing about I learned over the years that we've been connected. Me and you are alike when it comes to like we're excited and we want to go get it and get it now, right?
Hmm.
And like you said, we might not have a plan, but we see the end result, right? So we're just I'm learning myself like how to really just um map out stuff on my own, to where I'm able to have the end result, but make the certain plays that I need to make to get to that end result.
I get it.
Uh, like I used to just want to be like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is how we're gonna do it, and never think about the in between stuff.
Right.
Like
How do you, yeah, yeah.
so, yeah, that's what I'm learning now. So yeah,
All by yourself too? Because that's,
yes. Oh
yeah,
yeah, yeah. The conversation that we had, yeah, all by
I know.
myself.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's different now. That's
Mm.
why I had to really learn, everything.
But the
So
good thing is you have all of your stuff. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, you have everything set up to be able to run, and you do have a bit of, you have a network. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So you can
yeah,
you can do it, like whatever it is. And me too, like I have the same thing. That's why I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself at the same time. Like, yeah, you have those things, so you can make it happen. So what is the problem? And I'm not telling you, or I'm asking myself, what,
yeah. I feel you. I feel you.
and I feel like, do you ever feel sometimes the more consistent you are, the less uh not notoriety, the less like, it seems like the less people pay attention,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
the less like maybe hits or likes or whatever you get, and you're just kind of like, but I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing. But then if I
Fact,
don't say nothing, then
facts.
what? So you know what I'm saying? I'm just confused.
Like,
I don't get
and
it.
it's weird because I had a conversation just the other day, um, where we're saying like, well, the correlation I mean, I need
I
to.
know,
So
yeah.
yeah, so like when I didn't know as much as I know now, everybody was talking. Everybody wanted to, you know, being supportive of me and everything like that. But now that I know stuff,
Mm-hmm.
now that I feel like I accelerated past the expectations,
Mm-hmm.
now it's like a cold shoulder. Like, oh, okay, now you're not, because you didn't think I could beat your expectations. Now you're like, okay, I'm not
Because
even
now you
going.
don't need them, or well, not need,
Yeah,
but you don't
yeah.
need.
That's basically what they're doing. Like, you don't need me now, so you don't need my support. You don't need me to follow every move that you're doing, like everything that you do, because you got past me, and I feel like maybe they're threatening. I don't know, but
Well,
hey,
I would say on to keep it on the positive, it could be a good thing, and but I guess what I would love and want in that if I was in your shoes is I want to keep it going, meaning I want to I want to keep like you keep now if the tables have turned, you ask me like, hey, so I showed you the way. Oh wow, I like how you did that. Or I like and just to compliment and keep it going and keep the support. Like that's
yeah,
what I guess don't drop off, don't fall off. And and now that as you get older and you get more involved or fine tuning your things or evolve into what you want to do and maybe don't want to do, I see how it gets harder and harder to connect with people, not because you don't want to, but just because there's just so many things to do.
facts.
Many things to do, so many platforms to be on, and it can be overwhelming because you're like, where do I even?
Begin.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
don't
feel
know.
you. I feel you.
Everybody out, so check it. There's this restaurant, I forgot what it's called, but because I can't see the sign right now, but everybody's pulling up, and
Cookout.
it's not that. It is not that. Way better than that. Something family restaurant is what it's called, but it's like
Oh,
a
okay.
cool breakfast spot.
Okay.
And I'm sitting out here because I heard the wait was going to be long, but I wanted to go inside, place my order, and then come back. Because what I'm gonna do is probably either keep this whole episode or chop it up.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just to break it up in parts. But that's what I wanted to do. So if you don't mind, I want to come back on, right?
Okay.
And keep it
Okay.
going. I'm gonna send you the link again, but I just want to go inside and place my order, and I'm gonna tell you the name of the restaurant when I come back. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Okay,
Cool.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be back in a
All right.
sec. Hmm?
All right. So do I leave this? Just leave this recording.
Say what you want, make you work for it. Work for it. Work for it. That was another edition of 10 Minutes with Tiffany J. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. Now you can get more episodes on my website at www.misstiffanyj.com. But don't stop there. Hop on over to the music tab and check out your favorite Tiffany J record, starting with my latest singles, Work For It and Callin' Me, which is on all digital platforms. Also with a bomb video showcase on YouTube featuring the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. Waiting for your love, free. Show yourself.